Hello, and welcome. This is Jolene with the Jewel Design, and we are here today working on getting these signatures. Sorry about that. Signatures in place for my hardcover Zen Garden journal. We worked on this earlier in the week, and picking out the pages, working out what's going on, got all the pretties. So we're gonna I'm gonna bring you along as I try to attempt the sewing in of something that a little different, right? Since we need to create some fabric, use some fabric to sort of glue it down. We're going to sew the signatures to the fabric and then glue the fabric down here and then distress around the edges later and put in our paper lace pockets around the edges. So I'm really bummed because the ink was supposed to be here yesterday, the day before I videotaped this, and it's not showing up till today. So unless in the middle of me working with you guys, it shows up, I pause and go get it. I doubt it. Yeah, I'm still gonna have to do this in pieces, but I wanted to get the basics going, and sort of walk you through, my attempt on how to do this. In the past, usually I just sew into the cover. I actually don't remember what I did with my Christmas one. I don't know if I bound that in with stretchy string and just like looped them in, or I don't remember. I might have gone all the way through. I don't remember what I did with that one. Too bad. It's packed away. Yeah, with a hardcover, I would think I'd make a faux, right? Some kind of faux seam in the middle here to work it. So I sort of laid out some paper, tried to pop into the crevices, right? Take into an account that it's not straight across paper, right? Sort of try to fold it, play with it, mesh it, try to indent it, and try to figure out where the harder spots were, like where this spot sort of started to create my lines, and then measured. The rest I did measure, trying to find the middle spots. It's about 3/4 of an inch it looked like. So about 1/4 each way, down the bottom, top and bottom, try to match it up. Because this was about 3 1/4 wide if I stretch the flatten this out, and 8 1/2 deep. So cut the fabric that way. It seems to match it beautifully, and we're going to sort of use this as our guide to try to make some decent holes and try to get everything to line up, so that when I'm done with this, I will lightly do a zigzag, I think, around this. Maybe across the top I'd zigzag it at least, because I think the goal is we're going to actually, hopefully with the inking and all that, have the paper overlap the edges of the fabric just a little bit. So you see the zigzag here and a lot of green ink around the edges of where there is white showing if I have to. So yeah, that's what we're attempting to do today, and we'll just see where it goes from there. We may then start working on the inside cover, or the outside cover, once we get going. So yeah, the week sort of has been what it is. It's middle of the week for me. It's going to be Thursday for you guys, hopefully, or Friday, depending when you watch this. Our Tuesday plan sort of canceled. My poor aunt ended up with jury duty. Well, at least had to go in for like a potential jury duty. Luckily, she's not stuck the rest of the week, but it did sort of throw off our schedule, so we were sort of bummed about that. But it meant day of rest. My youngest tried to get a bunch of sleep in, which was great. I probably should not be cutting into this. Hold on, let me find my book. She got a bunch of sleep, though it backfired because then last night she didn't really want to sleep. She slept for about 4.5 hours, and then that was it. She's been awake since 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning. I'm like, I'm sorry. She tried to color or sketch. She tried listening to music. She tried to play like games that would be pretty mindless, so that hopefully it would put her to sleep. Nothing. She's been awake. It's been the longest day for her. She's like, it is the longest day ever, Mom. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. But she got up with me this morning, and I thought I had an appointment this morning on the phone, and I got my days confused. I wanted Wednesday, but the appointment wasn't the appointment-y, or whatever you want to call it, wasn't available till Friday. And it's in my book. Like, all of a sudden my phone says, oh, you have an appointment in 2 days. And I went, in 2 days? I'm like, oh, that's right. We changed gears. I've been awake myself since 8 o'clock. After trying to sleep with her on the couch, trying to help her sleep. You can't see those. So that is a little bit of a bummer. The holes are there just to help get it started, but I might very well be careful and make sure. So I'm going to clip this so I remember that this is my top, so that my lines match up. And when we go back later, I'm hoping we'll be able to see the holes when I'm pushing through. For that, I don't make big old holes. I don't make big old honking holes here. All right. Now, I'm not using the cradle from Crafty Cat USA. Crafty Cat? Yeah, Crafty Cat. Oh my gosh, I was like, I'm like, sorry, blanked out there in the naming. I'm like, why doesn't that sound right? I'm not using it this time because everything's going to be flat and I'm not trying to get it into a seam of a cover. I'm going to keep the paper flat. I'm going to keep the fabric flat. I'm going to try to keep everything flat. And this one is the one in the front. So we are going to line that, crease though in with that. I'm going to line the crease up and then we're going to sort of lay it down and cross our fingers, right? So we're going to do it that way and cross, and cross our fingers because this is not perfect. It's not a perfect science to this since it's, it's not an altered book where it's already in there. It's not. Now this is where I could make sure I did it. So I see why you do it, so that you get the crevice and you make sure that like you're in the crease and you don't have something. But I do notice that when I don't do that, if I don't do it right and everything's not tightly like in all the way down, I feel like things still move, and that's sort of my bummer part. Not that I can't adjust it, and I'm not making these perfect. I am allowing like each page to be a little up and down. I just was worried about the front and I was worried about the center, feeling like it's centered to the page that was behind it, but that was as far as I went. So maybe I take that back. Maybe I will attempt to do this just so I feel more confident. Yeah, I think I will. Okay, well, the cradle to the rescue. All right. Yeah, so Crafty Cat USA has this great machine her and her husband use, and 3D printer, I think, of some sort, and makes these, and they're awesome. She'll do colors, she'll do a little bit of pattern work to them. I think my mom has a pink and white striped one. She had the black one, and she's like, well, I really want the colored one, so she asked if I wanted this one, and I said, of course. I mean, I don't care. I'm not super picky about it. A purple one would be cool, but I mean, I don't need a secondary one unless for some reason I find someone who like really, really needs one. So then maybe I'll order a purple one from Crafty Cat and then go get myself. So now I'm trying to debate, do I glue, now I'm trying to say, do I want to, no, I don't think I'm gonna, I think I'm just gonna, we'll punch them all first, and I'm keeping the stickers in here and then we'll take them out. Okay, so hopefully our things are pretty good. All right. Anyway, so fun, right? So you're just sort of seeing the process. So then I did score between the dots originally, so I'm not guessing at this. So I knew they stayed in line. So when I was doing this, I knew that everything would sort of, hopefully, stay together. And speaking of which, I think I hear some delivery guys. I may be pausing this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go outside and get my, because my notifications aren't on when I'm filming, so I don't know, if all of a sudden they've delivered something. So, because otherwise you guys would be interrupted constantly. Like my phone would not be well received. Woohoo, they moved. Okay, hold on. What I don't want it to do is move too much left and right. So we want to keep it. I mean, I guess I could do it without, but I have a tendency of tapping things in the wrong spot. So that's why I was like, no. We want to make sure everything stays. That sounded bad. Well, that didn't sound good. That could have been anything delivered, I guess. It doesn't have to be with me, but would it be nice though, right? It would be nice if my ink showed up. Trying to make sure it's in the crevice. I guess it's the hardest part, is making sure it's in there and I have the right fold. Which, yes, I do. Okay. Yeah, that's the other thing. Is it upside down, right side up? I've done that. I did one thing and then realized I had put the template upside down. Like I measured one right and then did them upside down. And it panned out. I think I got lucky and it didn't malfunction on me. But oh my gosh, isn't that just terrible? Like if you... anyway. So we had plans to change Tuesday. So we stayed home. I try to do as little as possible. But when you tell yourself to do little as possible, it's amazing how you want to do everything. So I did create the vintage document washies that I was hoping for. And I started a new collage page. I think it'd be floral and or tattered florals or florals and tattered. I got a collage sheet I've got going. Right now 6 collage sheets ready for you guys digitally, which is super cool. So I got to see if I want to add any more of that. There's pages still that can be designed for that. I mean, I hate to do simply a 6-page collage page for you guys, but it's normally what I do. When I do simply just digital collages, they are only 6 to 8 pages. They're not a lot. So I have 3 horizontal and 3 digital right now with you guys. So hopefully by this weekend, Sunday or Monday, you guys will see that. So that'll be nice. I don't know if I'll put up in time on Easter because I know you guys are all busy. So I don't think you'll see the video on Easter. But you never know. So I don't know if I'll do that on Sunday night, and then you guys can at least, you'll catch it Monday morning, at worst case. Okay, now, if, so we definitely want to do the back one first, because we do know, I just took that off, didn't I? And wasn't paying attention to which side was which. Guess we'll find out, right? Well, I mean, they're close up. I did measure really hard to make sure it was the same from the bottom, same from the top, and that would be middle. So, because, yeah, that's going to be the thing. If I don't... Here's the fun part. Let's not take that out. Now the fun part is lining it all up. Like, is it lined up to where... Because I can't leave that in there. But I do see that hole, vaguely that hole. Okay, so we're going to really carefully do this. There's probably a right and a wrong way to do everything, and there's also just the creative way. But anyway, so today's Wednesday for me, so for you guys, you guys, you see it Thursday, Friday, but I'm recording it on a Wednesday. And we went to recycle, so we got up this morning. My daughter's playing, been playing Genshin, one of her, so that was the other thing. Did I want to do this to where all the sewing was on the outside and it was completely hidden? So I just have a seam and let's do it that way too. Okay. I just realized, the whole point, another reason why I was gluing it down was because, I didn't want to see any of the seam work. Is that all right? Yes. Okay. I'm like, I don't need to see any of the seam work. I can just tie it in the back and be done with it, right? So she was up pretty early. By 6:30, she was bugging me, and I'm like, go play on the computer. I'm like, go play your game. She's like, okay. Figured out, keep her busy, keep her occupied. She's been playing most of the day, which is sort of unusual for her. She doesn't really play her computer game that long. So, sorry guys. That's why I'm sort of shocked about that. But that's okay. I mean, there are days where, it's interactive. It's, missions and things she has to do, and it's very, it's animation and anime, but I don't know, makes her, I was going to say it makes her happy, but it definitely, oh, I have to go back through, huh? Woo-hoo! Oh, this is going to be scary. Okay. This part is, you're still going to treat it like it's the back of the book. You got to find your hole and not re-loop through everything. What you don't want to do is take a chance of threading through the needle, or the thread, and you want to make sure that when you don't do that, that when you punch back through, which is my biggest issue, okay, well this part's a little harder than I expected. Okay then. Put it through here first. I keep trying to do both, and I'm like, no, hold on. Just do one at a time. I'm sorry. Thinking out loud. So anyway, she's been playing games. So, yeah, this morning she's like, well, Mom, let's go. Once I realized I didn't have an appointment. And, oh, that would be why. That didn't go through that one either. It needed to go through here. Hey. Okay, hold on. Oh, I will figure this out. I probably did, and then I pulled it out by accident. Probably. I don't know if I can do this on camera, guys. I'm off the camera too, aren't I? Sorry. Alright, we're gonna figure this out. Now, I do need it on this way. I do need to make sure I can see the green. I had it at first, but I think I lost it in the process somewhere. There we go. We want it on the outside so we can tie it all together. We need to put it through the hole. Put it through the hole. Sorry, a weird Adam Sandler movie pops in my head. The hole is your home. Go to your home. Why do you want to go home? Sorry. Just date myself. 80s and 90s there. No big deal. I'm like, oh, just date myself. Well, it's funny to watch him now in sort of like adult comedy now. Like, I was watching him the other day and I was like, okay. With Drew Barrymore. I don't remember which one. Blended Families or something like that. It was Drew Barrymore, yeah. So it was cute. I mean, it was really cute. And I know he just did one right now. Murder Mystery 2 with Jennifer Aniston, which I don't remember the first one, so now I feel like I have to go find the first one and figure out what did I miss? Okay, let's try this again. I always go bottom first. I don't know why. but let's try this again. Find the hole. Find the hole. Find the hole. There we go. Okay, I'm getting it. Just gotta find your rhythm and figure, like, sort of think backwards here a little bit. I think I went top last time, but it's alright. Well, top, bottom, bottom, top, and hope I didn't completely mess anything up. It's gonna be the best I can get, right? Okay, let's undo that so I can see underneath one side. So anyway, yeah, playing games, and so we tried to rest, but I ended up doing some craft work. So those of you who are California, we, not that all of California feels it, that's the thing, but I'm telling Central California, and our town is literally on a major fault line. For California. And, we had the big old 1989 earthquake, and then, then you got those who are in LA, so they had their own earthquake, so that was always fun. But we had a nice little 4.5 yesterday, and I'm in the middle of designing, and the girls are in their room. One's asleep, one's just hanging out and doing her driver's ed online stuff, and it hits the house. Now it hits it hard. Now we've had 3, 4s before, and they just roll by because they're down, like they're a little farther south or north, and we're just feeling it, right? Because it just happens to rumble across. No, this was like 2 kilometers south of our little area of Tres Pinos, which, another little town of ours, and in our county. And so they're like, oh, this is 2 miles or 2 kilometers north of this little town, which puts it somewhere smack between us and, like, my town, where I'm sitting, and that town. And so we felt it. Like, it hit the side of the house so freaking hard. Scares like a bejesus out of me, because I don't expect it. My daughter thinks I slammed the garage door for some reason at first, and then I'm like, nope. And I wasn't really sure because the way it hit, and things were actually starting to fall off a couple shelves, I was like a little freaking out. I was like, no. You, I'm like, go outside. She's like, what? I'm like, just grab whatever. I don't care. Just get outside. Just to be on the safe side, I gotta wake up your sister. So I walk in there to my daughter's, my youngest, and I'm like, she's dead asleep, and I'm like, oh crap. And she's on a loft bed, so it's like, I can sort of pull her down, but worst case, I'm pulling her down, and we're going underneath that loft bed and crossing our fingers, right? By the time I got to the end of the hall with her, though, it was down to a roll, and I could still feel the roll, but I just was waiting for the next hit. Because it was like slam after slam in 1989. So, yeah, you're like, it freaks us out a little bit. So, I don't know. It was weird. So, I'm like telling one to go outside, and and later she's like, a little PTSD there, Mom. I'm like, you didn't live the 89 year. I mean, I was my youngest at the time. I was Lizzie's age when that one hit, and luckily I was outside at the time, but still doesn't make it any easier. Now we gotta do this right, and I gotta get the second one in there, and make sure I don't do it upside down. Okay, that's the other thing. Okay, so I'll make sure I did this right. Did I just put the first one in? No. Oh, I did. Oh, darn it. I put it in the back. I did. I wanted this one in the back. I think I wanted the vinyl one in the back. And I ended up flipping these. At least I didn't flip this upside. I mean, if I flipped it upside down, it wouldn't be a big deal. But I put them in the front hole. Well, shoot. I mean, I can undo it, but I don't want to redo it again. Alright, well, that's my front page. Apparently, for some reason, that was going to be the front one. Well, shoot. Okay. I mean, of course, I marked them the other way, but they're not going to make that big of a difference. I'm just sort of bummed. Oh, well. Alright. That's what happens when I'm talking. Either way, But I thought I'd show you guys my mishaps. I haven't done this in a while. I mean, I do a quick sewings, but I haven't done a complicated sewing. I shouldn't call this complicated. God forbid I do that. But I haven't done a more in-depth, like more busy. Oh no. There's that one. Can I even find the bottom one? I really don't want to be guessing at it. Well, that's what the template's for, right? Let's see if we can line these suckers up. There's that one, which I don't even know if they line up right. There's one. Let's see the bottom one I can find. Yeah, I really can't. Because of the grain, you almost can't find them. I'm surprised I can find that one. Okay, guys. Not on my top 10. So if I line that up, then it should be right about there. Yep, that moved right in. Okay. I'm like, should be right there. I love doing this. This is where I'm like, I'm going to thread one in for the other. I'm literally going to follow. There we go. Okay. Because the nice thing is no one's going to see this, and no one's even going to feel this. And I'm probably going to cut them shorter once I feel like comfortable with all that I'm doing. So yeah, anyway, we have this earthquake, so it startles the crap out of me. I'm waking up my daughter. She's looking at me like I've lost my mind. It's shaking her from head to toe, not side to side, so she's really not paying any attention. I'm surprised because it hit her side of the house. Like, she is the last bedroom where it hit her first, technically. That was just great. It actually hit her side of the house first before it ever got to me. Then like it hit my youngest's side, and then it hit my oldest, and then it got to me. Like, I'm the last one to feel it where I am in the house. But, oh my gosh. So anyway, she's looking at me like I've lost my mind, going, what's wrong? Like, why are you waking me up? I'm like, I just want us outside. And she's like, what? Just follow me. Will you please just follow me? Yes, maybe a little deja vu, maybe a little, like my daughter said, a little PTSD on that one, going, I just don't want to be in the house right now. Like, something tells me the cats were already outside. They were in the garage. They were already outside on the deck. So yeah, they were looking at my oldest like, what the heck's going on? And we're like, no big deal. Don't mind me. And I can't find it. Crap. Here we go again. It's like, well, shoot. This is not working like it's supposed to. Not as easy as I was hoping for. Because, fabric, I guess, you don't see all of it, do you? So let me do this. We're going to figure this out. I'm going to figure this out. I always do. So I can pull this through here. I know I'm trying to do this all at once, but let me do this. So anyway, I get her up and I get her outside. By the time, of course, we get out there, it's pretty much done. I don't really feel anything. She's looking at me like I've lost my mind, and I'm like, sorry, this is just Mom being, like, on the cautious side. It's just me. Like, something happens. I cannot, like, be in two places at once. I can't, I'm like, really can't do a whole lot here, people. Like, I think that's gonna work. Close enough, I think. Close enough for government work, as they say. And, I'm just like, will you just come outside with me, please? It's just like, just follow me outside for a second. We went to the backyard, which probably wasn't the smartest move. I told my daughter, like, next time, if I really think it's a really whopper of a one, you really should go out the front, not the back, because, if something happened, and the house had issues or whatever, we'd be stuck in the backyard. Not that we don't have neighbors, not that we can't get up over fences, like, it's not like we can't get out of where we're at. It's not like the end of the world here. We're not totally whatever, but it just was weird. I haven't really worried about it. We've had so many rumbles, they just sort of roll by. I haven't had anything. Oh, see, I did split it. Just like I was afraid of. Pull it out and put it back in, I guess. Being waxed, these are the wax things. It's pretty easy to see where I went through, so I can fix it, but I think. Or not. Or make it worse. There we go. Okay. So that was sort of weird. I had a couple friends. We were all, I'm just hanging out and doing my thing, and another friend who was trying to record, some big news, and he caught it on camera, and so we're like, okay, it's one of those days. So it was interesting. I'm glad we were home, though, because I don't know if it had been a different deal and we had been out of town. I don't know if I would have, liked that worry either, So you can't win either way. But yeah, so that was fun. That was a little unnerving and a little unexpected, and we're like, oh, okay, why not? I think I found a hookup. Okay. But once that was done, I was back and finished what I was designing, and then just sort of hung for the day. So, we had a nice, I guess, day. I'm like, we had a nice day. Otherwise, my daughter slept. The other one tried to get some driver's training done. I was designing unexpectedly. So there's that. But tomorrow we'll be, we are going to go to the aquarium, hopefully. All goes well. Weather's supposed to get warmer, which is nice as the days go on. Especially have a really nice, looks like really nice Easter hot weekend for us, like low 70s finally, which is, unexpected in its own right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good. It's not upside down. There's some space. We actually have some. Oh, that one dropped completely. Shoot. Well, all right. Yeah, I may have to trim that. So, yeah, the dots did not line up because they were in the wrong. This was supposed to be in the front. This was supposed to be in the back. When I was holding them, this did come down a little lower than I'd like. I mean, it matches on the top, but it's a little lower on the bottom. So something shifted in the process, but do I want it a little tighter? Maybe not. But you do see the green in the middle. That'll hopefully give us what we need. And then these are just going to glue down to the book to where, you know, we have some leniency. So, okay. Yeah, so this is my idea. So we're just going to lay them flat as we can. So I don't need bows. I don't need anything dangling. We're just going to lay it flat. And we're just going to glue it all down. Ta-da! So there's an idea. Okay, we've glued a spine. Hold on to this for another day. My last one I had for my, what's the word? My, God, I can't even think. Oh, my Heroes one. My, Heroes in Retro. That was a 5 ordeal. 5 signatures. And that one I had a cute little template for. Which I think that's the one I went upside down with in the end. I was like, oh, you dork. But those were just strings that the stretchy string that I was using to be able and get it done. So, I would have loved to have this inked. I don't think it's here. I'll go take a quick look. I'm going to pause you for a second. So I guess my next question, if I keep the fabric where it's supposed to be, how do they look? Now, here I talked about cutting the top and bottom, right? Oh, I could still do it. I don't know if that's going to make it even shorter and if I'm going to not like that. I want to do the edges, but I think not. I think because I want to cover as much of everything as possible, I do not want to cut and have any more issues with not going straight. So we're going to leave it all green. I'm going to leave it flat. I'm going to leave it green. We'll green around the edges. And then glue everything down, especially since everything keeps coming undone right here. Eek, don't do that. Thank God we're not going to see that. Okay, I'm going to pause you guys for just a second. I'm going to take a quick peek, and let's see what happens. Well, I got printer ink, but I didn't get distressed ink. Well, that allows me to keep printing. But no, and even the post office lady goes, I haven't seen many drivers around today, and I'm like, man. It's been coming, a lot of these are coming out of a certain part of California lately that what I'm ordering, and it's like, it says it leaves, and then it gets delayed, and it takes another day, and I'm like, it's just in the valley, like between here and Sacramento, like valley-wise, it's not that big of a deal. So I'm not sure why it's taking so long to get to us. But, I mean, I can still ink around this before I put the paper down. I don't have to worry about inking underneath it, so we'll glue this down. I'm not going to stress about placements of the other guys yet. I mean, I could glue here and just not glue out here and wait till I'm done distressing it. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so let's get the fabric tack out and let's get this sucker done. I'm already a half hour in just trying to get this done for you guys. Not done for you guys, for me, but I wanted to share, I guess, my chaos. But this is, like I said, an 8.5-inch book. You know, I tried to, because I see indents right about here, where the underside of whatever they're working on, you know, sort of came into play. So that's where I tried to make the paper go out to. So I laid down one side and then I totally, you know, sort of indented everything and meshed out the next one. And no really good, like, measuring concept here at all, people. And the dogs are barking. I am sorry. Sometimes I know you hear them, sometimes you don't. I wonder if I was home earlier, but he's gone this afternoon, apparently. Okay. So, yeah, I definitely, it's not perfection in any way. But I think what I'm going to do is mostly the concept. Make sure I'm not upside down. Yeah, let's not do that. Not that being the book that it is. Oh no, I already started. And I'm like, nope, I already started the cover. I was like, in a way, I already started the cover. So, I mean, I covered what I wanted to cover, but it doesn't mean it was perfect. So, though it would change the whole dynamics of what I was trying to do if this went in upside down. I would definitely be rethinking my cover process if I put this in upside down. So I'm just using my score tool to sort of try to squish everything in here. I really can't press down on the fabric, on the paper much, so I don't have that as an option. And, okay, if I can find the middle here. Hold on. Oh, I don't know. I hope this gives you guys ideas. I don't know. I'm trying to use, like I said, we're trying to use a cover, and we're trying to I don't want to lift these up. I don't want to move them, but I do want to get in between everything to try and push down. Fabric Tech is great, but it takes a little longer to dry. So yeah, if I had it upside down, this would be my front, and there's not enough. I'd have to be doing more work. I'd have all this cuteness on the back. So I'm glad it's not upside down. All right, let's just... Now let's try to get this done. No, not bad. So what are we up to? We are now in April, right? This is the first full week of April. My second video for the week so far. I'm happy about that. Second of the month. So hopefully by this weekend you guys will have quick glimpses of some new stuff sitting in the shop. A lot of things are just paper right now. Basic embellishments. My new fun thing is the washi strips. Washi sticker strips, because I can use them in planner, happy planners. I can use them in this project. I mean, they're an all around, so it's just a different set of things for people. So it's not one or the other. I think that'll work. I'm a little bit worried that it pulls, so that's gonna be the fun part. It is bunching up there a little bit. I don't know if I can fix that at all. And it's good practice anyway, because then I get to see what does and doesn't work to do for next time. Like, this is the second hardcover journal I've done, but I've kept them for myself. So, and the first one was the first altar book I ever did was actually for my daughter. So I actually haven't done like a hardback to sell yet. I don't know. I've done some pretty thick everything else, but between a lot of envelopes and things like that, but I haven't done a lot of, I haven't done, that came off really easy. Oh, it wasn't that glued, okay. I'm like, it wasn't that glued, that's why. Get you tucked in there. I haven't done that many hardbacks, or, I haven't really done an altered to share or to sell, and I haven't done, yeah, mostly just, I've gotten some thick, I've done fabric tissue covers, I've done, envelopes thick, both the flip-flop journal was a good one, covered, pretty well, so I kept it pretty decent. I've done, different envelopes and fabrics, and so, I haven't done a hardback for any, not to sell yet. Well, my Christmas, the Valentine one, it was like a double envelope, ephemera holder ordeal. So there was a good amount of weight to it, which I still have in the shop. One of these days someone will find it and say they want it. I mean, it's red, it's flowers, roses, but with emphasis on couples, and I guess Valentine's. There's enough in it to be a Valentine. Doesn't mean you couldn't take enough of that out, but... Alright, let's see how we're doing. A little wedged upward. That corner I thought was going to stay, but the moment you pop it up, it sort of pops open. Something new. Maybe leave it closed for a second. We're going to work on the cover anyway. May want to go in there and try to, cut that down a little bit. I don't like the fact that it sort of sticks up. I don't know if I can even... It is a personal preference right now, since I'm working on it for me. I'm glad I'm covering it, but yeah, the bottom definitely due to. Well, see, it's funny. If it depends how it's laid. If I close it, it seems it's really not bad. I mean, all in all, it stays within the book. So even though it seems weird and a little off-putting, depending on occasion, you hit the book, you hit the cover just right. It does stay put. It does stay within the frame. So. Alright, I'm stoked about that. There we go. Okay. So we'll let that sort of sit closed and see how that works. We have little bits of fabric. We have little bits of the vellum that we cut off the edge, if I need a little bit of that. Of course, we still have some flowers to sew. I did not get to that because we were busy at first. I mean, Thursday, Friday. What did we do? Saturday was house cleaning and I don't know, something else. Oh, we ran errands and stuff, and then house cleaning errands and whatnot, and then Sunday, I went grocery shopping in the morning, but that was late morning by the time I got out, and back on to other things, so, I think then I did my video or whatever, so, alright, so we still have the potential of these guys here, but I need to sew the pink beads into the middle, right? One of them or 3 of them, not sure which, just to give sort of that, I don't know, as a pink to our things. But this is our main piece, but we need stuff underneath it. I can't just do that. It's like, blah. I love all the black, but not that much. So, we need to sort of mage this up a little. Not mage, but sort of. We're going to use a glue. So, we're going to tear, because I was thinking something this way. Right, I wanted something that across the top and down. Easier said than done. But ragged is the goal. Okay. But I've had a lot of new people tag me and not tag me, but like asked to join and friend me on Facebook. So I'm hoping that's all due to. I think I'll keep the line. Looking to join, Crafting with Jewel Design and looking to, see what I'm up to. I noticed, lost a few YouTube subscribers, but it happens. They join and then realize that maybe I'm not quite their cup of tea, and that's okay. So let's do that. I know it's going to go in the back. There we are. We're going to. I want it. I can always do another corner both of them. If I want. I am a little bummed that is really going to mix in, which I think now is where we're going to add a bit of the green fabric I cut off into that mix. I can do lace across the bottom, nice and sort of wishy-washy. That's where we get a little bit of straight and a little bit of not straight. I like that idea, actually, the lace with that. Sort of, I have a hard time just like, let's just collage it on there and see how it goes. So bad at that. Where is my distressed ink, though? I need the actual stuff. Oh my god, there it is. This is a little light, so we definitely want to do something, and I think I'm just going to not worry too much about where it lands. We're just going to do that. I'm going to ink it. But truthfully, what are we up to? It's I don't know, days before Easter, so did you do something for Easter? We did Easter journals, Easter cards, bags, tags. I think I saw something sort of Eastery. Looked like sort of Easter indicated from, I think, Joey Cardmaker. It's something going on. I had multitudes of. I don't know if it was off a challenge or if it's being. I don't really know in Australia if they do Easter this week or not. But I know he's not from there, so. But yeah, I don't know. Are we doing little bits of Easter? Are we doing lots of Easter? Are we doing no Easter? We are doing a little bit. No Easter egg hunts or anything like that I'm aware of. If they want that at the last minute, I guess I'm going to go try to find my eggs and go, sure, go find eggs. No. I bought them cute little, like a little bit of chocolate, a little, found the cutest little bunny gnomes in their favorite colors. And so, that I'm all stoked about because I was like, oh, okay. Now I could go all the way across to give me more something and then just like use that line as an indicator, which is not a bad thing. And I could drop it down. I know it's not straight at all. Does that shock me? No. So I either make that line straight there, haha, and go around the edges. Well, that's not bad. Alright, let's try that. So anyway, that is a little chocolate bunny. Like, so they got a little something. My mom got them something, but like they're almost once. She's over 11 and a half. I keep saying, oh, she's just 11, and I'm like, no, she's 11 in like 8 months. That girl's gonna be 12 before I know it. August is gonna be here, and I'm like, yeah, you're 12. Why are you 12? Who said you could be 12? The other one's 16, and we just realized we have what? How many weeks? Like 8 weeks of school left, I think. So we're almost done. Before we know it, we're done. 8 days is 40. 8 weeks is 40 days. But we have she's got a 4-day week when we get back. She has a 4-day week from Memorial Day. And then the last 3 of those days are finals. So it's like, the last 2 weeks are just prepping for finals too. So not much for the oldest to have to deal with left. It starts counting down. You start reducing a lot of stuff, right? And I'm like, before you know it, there's really not that much learning days left. Really isn't. Now, the 6th grader, on the other hand, she's at an elementary school, so she's a big fish in a little pond. Or, no, yes, that's how it goes, yeah. And so I don't know what her last days will look like, but we'll see. Right now, they are looking at, full days, but usually they change that halfway through. They, as we get closer to the end, they realize they don't need all the hours, and they start shortening them. Oh, yeah, those last days, by the way, are all half. We have 1 full day and a bunch of half days. And I'm like, okay, good, whatever. Because my oldest is finals, so she's done anyway early. They just do 2 finals a day, and bam, they're done. So, yeah, all fun stuff. So before we know it, that's going to happen. So yeah, my almost 12-year-old and my 16-year-old is not, they don't need to do the whole Easter thing, but at the same time, a little bit. So I didn't do a lot of decorating. I just started decorating up the table. But a couple things here and there. I still, as it is, have my Christmas wreath up. But my Christmas wreath is also in greens and blues. It's not red and green. So it still matches the decor of my kitchen. It's just, I have an Easter one that is just pretty eggs, but it's also sort of matches the color decor of my house. So I just haven't got a chance to get up into the rafters here in the garage to fix that, to change it out. So probably should, though. I guess that's something I better do this weekend. We're going to clean up the patio this Friday and Saturday, because like I said, it's supposed to be really nice. So I think it's time to finally take everything off the deck, because everything's piled on the deck right now. Nicely where the cats are there, but we also have a new stray male. We thought he was a she. Kept calling her Tuxie. It's actually Tuxie-toe. He is a boy. He's finally warmed up to the girls. He actually took Roger's sleeping spot the other day, so he's not been happy. But they're starting to spray out there. They're starting to spray and try to... The boys, Tuxedo is trying to mark his territory, because he apparently still has all his parts. When mine does not. He's been fixed. And, so I don't think he's very happy about that. I don't think my poor boy is very happy that he's fixed. But I was not going to have him be roaming around and impregnating, stray cats all over the place. So I'm like, nope, we don't play that game. So, alright, so we've got that distress sort of down the line, which I like. There we go. Now remember, we were still debating on putting some washi somehow down here. So we'll see how all the pieces pan out, and then the washi strip may go here, and we let this be collaged, or we're going to blend it in. We'll see. I'm not going to stress over the back. We're going to let that naturally do its thing. But anyway, they're starting to spray everything, and it's starting to annoy me because I don't like that scent. I cannot stand the scent. So, I feel like the green needs to be almost like an angle. This is where I may trim it to match in, because I don't want it blending over. But it'd be nice to have some contrast on the color, so that we can see our pretty babies and not be completely blended in to the white background. We have some, as you can see, I have a tendency, I cannot do things straight up and down. But maybe I will try really hard to do them straight up and down. Now here's another thought. I'm always the other way, right? I always go high to low. So I'm wondering if I want to go bigger on the outside and work my way into a smaller one so I can see more. Now remember too, I don't know. I'm trying to expand this outward. No one says they have to be in any specific order. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Once I get them sewn together, it'll be easier. But I think I'm going to put this up here. I just got to figure out where to cut that. And I tried to cut my finger earlier, which is, it's good. I went to go use my straight edge and didn't quite have I was in a weird angle, and I know better. I don't know why I thought I could do it. We are going to do this to it because I want to make sure it's pretty clean up there. And that leaves me in the other corner where if I wanted to, ooh, that might be nice actually. Alright, things are starting to progress. And I'm probably running out of time. I usually am. I love working with you guys. And then I get going. I'll leave it there. I'll leave it to go over. Glue it. Let me look where we're at. So at least you can see me working on the cover. You got me. So let me show you a new way to sew something in. Yeah, 45 minutes. Okay, we've got about 10 minutes to go, guys. Yes, we do, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, so we're going to glue this down where I want it first on the front, and then we'll work our way in. Oh, goodness, why not? get some cover colors because there's not going to be much inside. I don't know. I have very little to go inside. I think I know I'm going to create a few pages here. I might get, like I said, I might have to get crafty and decide, okay, well, I'm going to create a flap and I'm going to add in some kind of flip out to expand on writing space. I did count it up. I have exactly, for sure, 41 pages that I can write on with no questions asked. Like, I have somewhere to write on, no matter what. Out of the 36, out of the 72, there's 41 I can definitely write on with no qualms. Now, that doesn't mean I don't have more writing space. It means the rest are more decorative, and I definitely would want to put flip outs, or we would want to do flip things out, or pockets to tuck in a number of journal cards if I wanted a smaller moment to write about. It just depends on how much I want to write in this thing. If I want full page write-outs, I'm going to put pockets so I can tuck papers, writing papers, into those pockets for that day or that moment. So if I get to that point where I'm starting to create things a little more crafty, then I will chime back in with you guys. But or I'll just show you how things are progressing. Hey, I did this. This is, sort of what we call in the happy planner world, after the pen. And I can show you, hey, I'm not going to show you what I wrote, but hey, look, see, I'm writing in it. Isn't it turning out nicely? This is what we added in. Or if it's a really fun idea that I got from, any of my ladies that I follow, I might just chime in and go, hey, look what I made. Here's what I'm working on. Now, we do this. I think we're going to do this little washi. We're going to let this weave its way naturally and do that. And then we can center this. Maybe I'll be a good girl and keep it straight. It won't reach all the way down here. And that will definitely stick out. But that doesn't mean I can't just, if I decide sets of 3 is too much up there, I really, I can always put another flower down here. Single flower here, 3 up here. Whatever. So, okay. Let's do this bottom corner and then I will let you guys go. But there you go. We are, whoops, it's gooing. We are definitely signature sewn in. Room to add if I need to. Like I said, it does seem weird that I have 30 pages that I can't write on. But I think that's their covers are weird. It just seems like a lot I can't write on. But they're decorative. Those are the signatures in the middle. That's all kinds of little things that you may not want to write on, or it's not as easy to write on. Doesn't mean there isn't writing space, but it's not a full journal space. It's not a huge journal space. So, it's a 50-50 on that one. I don't know. So it leaves me definitely 30 pages to look at, add photos to, little quotes maybe, pockets or flip outs to where, I don't want to really block the picture pretty much, but I don't want to lose the writing space. So I'm going to find another way to, get writing on there, or get a pocket to where I can put writing in there. So that, I think, is how we're going to take that into consideration, so that maybe I can get, I would say, 2 months worth of writing. That doesn't mean I'm writing every day. Writing is not fun. I have enough arthritis and fibromyalgia in my hands that crafting, yard work, everything hurts. So, writing is really, but I don't want to type. I mean, that's the whole point, is to be able to write it. So we will get there. But I'm darker to lighter. Yes. I'll give it a shot. Alright, we're going to glue it out and see what happens. So I hope you're all doing really well. I hope you all are enjoying spring and that you are just crafting away, getting out those orders, if they were spring orders, if they were Easter orders. I hope that you are just enjoying every moment of the warmer weather. If you're getting finally some warmer weather like we are, that's always a perk. Oh, go all the way across. Now I'm almost thinking just go to the fold. All the way to the fold. There we go. Let's do that. Almost. Let's do, or else is going to get screamed at by somebody. There we go. I know. But I cannot leave that alone. I try not to cut too much paper with these. I really do. Very rarely. Really quickly. Alright, there we go. I'm going to let all that dry. I hope it doesn't stay too clear. I hope it sort of undoes itself. I'm going to have to get crafty with that spots. I'm going to put glitter in that spots, which might. I don't want to get too glittery with this. A little bit of foil is great, but I don't mind a clean edge over here because it does end right on the page. but I don't want it on the other end when it does. When it stops somewhere specifically and you can see it, I don't like clean edges. I love ripped or, you know, edged, whatever. So, okay, so we have a fun little front cover. I have my cards, which I guess I could have gone a little bigger. I was a little worried that my large 4-up cards may not be big enough, but I didn't want to try to guess too badly either. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. This is the content. We are finally cover continuing to be worked on. The signatures are sewed in with their fabric seam binding, right? So that I can hide the back. I can glue it down, and all we have to do now is get some ink. Let's get some ink going on, and I can then sew in, or excuse me, glue in my cute lace covers back here. Yeah, see, we definitely need the green ink top and bottom, since I wasn't able to remember to put more lace down here. Like I said, the other thing would be more lace. I think I'm just going to try to seriously go green on the paper. We'll get these glued down nice and, you know, nice and clean, since nothing is cut square, and have these nice lace paper pockets. So I'm okay with that. I think we can make do. We get some green ink on everything. I think they're going to be really nice and just a great addition to the front and back of my journal. Again, more things to write on, but those may be favorite quotes, dates, things I need. I don't know. We'll see what my therapy decides to take me on. What journey I decide to take, right? It's not an eat, pray, love thing, but we're sort of heading that way, right? We're trying to find a way in this nice Zen Garden journal, double signature, 72 pages to work with, play with, design on. Like these pages I didn't think I could write on as much. Definitely couldn't write on that, but doesn't mean I can't, you know, flip something out, you know, and make a pocket in it, or put a pocket here and stick a piece of paper that I wrote on in there. So we're not going to waste any pages. We're not going to waste any opportunities. We're going to get a little bit crafty. We're going to find new ideas to utilize these pages with, and still be able to get something of writing on those pages. So some pages like this, I may not do anything with. They're light and easy. We need a break in something, but others like this, like write on it, put a page on it. This is going to be a big old quote or something written on it. Like, we're going to utilize it. So there we go. It's sewed in, covered soon, that in there, covered soon to be glued down. See, but there you go. We got some, we're getting weight little by little. We're getting some weight. And we'll do this on the front cover along with some flowers, right? And I think we'll be good because we want to be able to open up and we want to be able to write and use it. So love you all very much. Thank you so much for joining, liking, loving, commenting. And I will, of course, keep you up to date as things are finished in some progress. I will let you know what's going on. I will be making a skinny journal, of course, though, to sell here very soon. So that may or may not be on camera. I do not know. I don't want to get you guys. I want you guys to be bored of all of the Zen stuff, but that was just sort of what happened to plan out. So who knows? We're going to flip through that, of course, once it's done. And that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Love you all. We'll talk to you very soon, and we'll give it another shot next week. Bye-bye.